who are paying attention, right? Those of you who have answered your higher self call, right? Because you're not here by luck. You're not here by coincidence. You're not here by happenstance. There is literally no such thing. Everything that happens to you, every person that you come into connection with happens for a divine reason. And if you're not aware, if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss that divine appointment. Not only will you miss it, if you don't understand and learn the lessons that you are supposed to learn when they are given to you, be assured that they will continually circle back to you. Only they're not going to be the same, and they're not going to be as light. Many of us know this all too well because we experienced it. How many of us experience situations getting worse and worse and worse? The more we attract the same men, the more we attract the same women, the more we stay at a job that we don't like, that we never was purposed to be in the first place. The more we keep doing more of what we don't want. We understand that the weight of that thing, not learning the lesson the first time, baby. And for some of us, the consequences hit real different. The consequences hit real different. So if you're interested in joining the Moss community, right? 777, today is the day to do that. Today is the day to pay attention. Thank you so much for the live love. Text MOS to 1833-996-3032. So let's get into it. So rediscovering your identity, finding your identity at the level of like social group identity, right? And so remember, we have the human group self identity we have the individual level. There are 3 or 4 levels. We have the individual level, we have the human the universal level, and now we're going to get into the level of social group identity, i.e. age, ability, gender, cultures, class, sexual orientation, social economics, your social status, your economic status. We are like some, but not like some. We are not like some, but not like some. We may be in the same field. We may be of the same sexual orientation. We may be in the same home. We may be at the same job. We may be mothers. We may be fathers. We may be all of these different things. We are the same, but we're not the same. And those type of people who understand this, right? Those type of people who have this type of mind, right? We are going to experience those things based upon how we socialize, based upon how we understand those concepts. Social group identity is one of the most misunderstood in diversity and inclusion, right? They are also laden with power inequities, worth nothing, focusing entirely on the dynamics of social construct, focusing on the dynamics on like the economic structure, external influences, other people's reality, is unbeneficial to your self-identity, your sense of self, even though it's relative and it's relatable. In reality, all of these identity levels exist once and are omnipresent at the same time. How many of you have heard of the concept of multi-realities, the concept of multiple realities? We're living in multi-realities all at the same time. Queen Babe, how are you, honey? How are you doing, love? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Mark, thank you so much for the follow. Goddess Antu, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you so much. Jules, respect. Queen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Absolutely. Yes, certain people are not good for my spirit. Okay. I absolutely agree with that. Rashawn, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Let's get to 20,000 likes. All right, because let's get to 20,000 likes. Also, if you have a question, please put it in the chat and I'll do my best to make sure I pay attention to it, right? So, where did we leave off, right? With regard to communication across differences, realizing the identity you bring to a conversation while understanding and honoring the identity of others is a crucial step in operating within your true nature, your identity, operating with higher perspectives, operating with awareness, especially self-awareness, understanding that people are going to be people, understanding that you don't have to trust anyone to not do what they're going to do. So, side note, when people tell me, especially the individuals that I coach, and they say things like, Masada, how are you, my love? And they say things like, make sure you're sharing out the live, love, if you feel encouraged. When people say things, especially the individuals, the men and women who I coach, or when I hear people say, I don't trust people, love over loyalty, things like that. It's not that you don't trust people. It's that you unknowingly don't trust yourself to trust people to do exactly what the people are going to do. You don't trust yourself to trust the people to be who they are. You don't trust yourself enough to have discernment and to have intuition. Trusting yourself means that you absolutely have trust in people to be exactly who they are, to do exactly what they do. So it's not that you don't trust people. You can't trust people. You can absolutely trust people because you learn how to trust yourself. When people say they don't trust people, what you're saying is that you don't trust you. Just like I always say, with all due respect, the issue is not him. The issue is not her. The issue is not them. The issue is not it. The issue is not societal norms. The issue is not TikTok. The issue is not social media. The issue is not people, places, and things. The issue is not your past. The issue is not your experiences. The issue is not no other thing besides it's you. The issues are it's you. It's always going to revert back to you. Peace, love. How are you, love? So now, how are you, honey? Thank you so much for the follow, Mystica. Right? The issue is not nobody else. And the minute you understand that, the minute you start to tap back into yourself, your essence of your identity, right? The minute you put yourself in a position to elevate, to expand, understand that no one can choose to change you. No one can choose to elevate you. And also understand that if someone else is dictating what you say, why you say it, where you go, why you go, where you go, what you do, how you do it, when you do it, where you do it, no matter the reason, you are a puppet to their mastery. The only individuals who can be puppeteered, the only individuals who can be mastered are individuals who don't have a sense of self-identity. Once again, I'm going to just side note, if you want the full lesson, right? If you want the full lesson, click the link in my bio. You can gain access to a guide to attracting what and who you desire, because this is what I'm teaching from my ebook, Ashe, the Empress, 777 in alignment, 777. The Moss community, right, to join is $7.77. In alignment, get into alignment, text MOS to 18339963032. Right? So if you want the full version of what I'm teaching from, and this is chapter 3, the ebook has 11 chapters in teaching you step by step practical steps, right? Giving you the information that you need to get into energetic alignment to attract what and who you desire. More of that, an abundance of that, instead of attracting an abundance of what and who you don't want. You're already operating in abundance. You already have abundance. Many of us just have an abundance of what we don't want. The way to reverse that is by learning self-mastery, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, energetically, how to get into energetic alignment. So finding your identity is chapter 3 in the